All right, here. It's my 94 coupe, Civic coupe, and rust-free car. It's a little different here because I got a bunch of rust bullet, and then I covered it with a duplicolored green, but this just to prevent it from further rusting. But I do have a little bit of a water leak in the back here. It's not the taillights. I already made up new gaskets for those. Those are discontinued, but you can get some foam at a craft shop, cut out new gaskets, and there you go. So I just kind of tore this down, bumper off, cleaned out everything while I'm at it. You have the trunk vent, so it doesn't actually leak in the vent, it leaks in the surround a little bit, just a tad little bit I could see. Sunroof drains, in this case, this is the drain. It exits out the body, so this is what's on the outside. You got to make sure this is clear. If it's not clear, it's gonna plug. It ends up backing up. The water just goes up the tube, and where this the tube goes into this rubber piece, water will leak out. So I think that was the most of where my leak was. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna seal everything here. This is the hole that holds the bumper bracket, rear bumper bracket. So it's basically that piece is airtight in itself, but it's not airtight from the body to that piece. So I just kind of cleaned all the dirt off these, so I don't have to clean out inside here. It's green because I sprayed the duplicolor on it. But what I'm gonna do is this gasket here, I'm gonna put a sealant all around that, put it back in. I'm gonna put a sealant all around this black piece, I'm gonna put it back in. I've cleaned this up, I'm gonna put a sealant all around that and put the tube back in. And I'm gonna seal all around this lip here. With the sealant, you could use many different things. I'm gonna use this Permatex here. And that should take care of that. The only last thing here is the seal for the release on the gas cap. So I've already cleaned it up hard with the light change, but I'm gonna put some sealant on that gasket, screw it in, and that's pretty much it. So those are the less obvious ones. The most obvious, of course, is the taillight, so do that first. If you have anything else, that's basically what you got to do. Of course, look for any breaks in the seam sealer. Doesn't seem to be any. This leak is when it sits in the rain, so we know it's from above, not from below. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, I hope that helps somebody. If you're looking for water leaks on a Honda, that's super common on the 01 to 05 Civics to have these guys leak under the bumper. There's more than this. Super common. And of course on all Hondas, taillight gasket's the first one. If you have a 90 to 93 Accord, there's a rubber trim back here which leaks through. If you got a Ridgeline, it's the sailplanes on the top of the bed. Same goes for Del Sol sailplane, super common. That's pretty much it for now. I'm gonna seal this up with the right stuff and then put it all back together. We have a look inside the trunk here. This is the air vent, so you can see a very thin bead of sealant there. And right here on this white plastic piece, see, I put a little bead on it and I pushed it through, and you see the excess sealant coming through. And that's exactly where the water could come through if you were to do this. So that's what's saving our butt here. And this is I don't know if you can see it in the light. This is the bumper bracket. Little bit of sealer coming through there. Those are the areas where it could leak. And I'm just gonna put a thin bead. This is all cleaned up. It's spotless. There's no residue on here. I'm gonna put a thin bead of the sealant around that, and then I'm gonna jam it into the rubber piece, and then we are gonna be done. Yeah, you want to put it on this piece and not on the other one because you don't want to plug the hole. The other thing you don't really want to do, you could cut the tip off and have it free flowing, but then with a lot of other cars, bugs end up going in here. Spiders will go in there, they'll build a web, they'll dam it up. So you do, if at all possible, you do kind of want to leave that on there. And then I did kind of smooth out the sealant with my finger just to make it look a little bit better, but we don't want any rust either. We don't want it leaking. We only want to do this once. Doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be done. All right, so hopefully that'll do it. Put it together, and then we're gonna park it in the rain and see how this holds up, but it should do well. Haven't had any problems with any other cars. Another thing here on the Civic Coupe, on the trunk lid here, you see this rusty spot here, and you see in here, I don't know if you can see, but there's actually a drip forming off this plastic piece. The plastic one is right here. That guy there on the other side, there's a little gasket like on the other pieces, and what do you know, water can enter there. And along here you can see there's a drip right there, and it's all corroded. So I'm going to change that nut, take off the bezel, and reseal all around that guy. That's an odd one. It's actually the first time I've seen that one. Strange. But this car, 500,000 kilometers. What do you know, right? Anyways, I'm gonna seal that one up now. Got the license plate bezel off, and you can see these gaskets. So there is a little rubber gasket there, and they are pretty much destroyed. So I'm gonna hit it again with the dab of the right stuff. Like I said, you can use whatever sealant you're wanting to use, but this is good gas to maker. Gonna hit it with a dab of that, and of course gonna replace the hardware for the old bezel. I could have done a video on how to remove those. You just got to be patient, take your time. I used a lot of rust penetrant, and then you want to clean up the threads as much as you can. In this case, I ended up using a razor blade to clean out these threads. I didn't want to wire wheel it because the painted surface on the underside of the trunk lid. So I'm gonna hit. You could remove these, hit both sides with sealant, or just use the sealant, but you got to hit all the spots so that where hardware goes through. Pretty crazy. Like I said, first time I've seen one of these leak on this type of car. But hi Miles. Okay, one last thing here. If you know these Hondas, you know this style of bolt here that holds the bumper on. Anytime you see these, just put a dab. It doesn't have to be a lot, just a dab of anti-seize on the threads, because they get stuck and then they end up getting stripped. So yeah, do yourself a favor, hit those. These are the bolts that go into the bumper. I'm gonna hit them too. Just a little bit of prevention here, trying to keep these cars alive as long as we can. All right, that's finally it. Thanks for watching. Peace out.